I have one more. You know what this is, Pam?
Mm-hmm.
What?
It's Fangoria.
Yeah. Fangoria magazine is one of the premier horror movies and so on. And this is Fangoria number 42. Am I in the right place for this?
And maybe if you take it out of the sleeve.
Okay. Get my finger off of, you know who that is, Christopher.
Christopher Lee.
Yeah, Christopher Lee. Get my finger off Christopher Lee's face. But as you can see, down here, there's a picture of that. So we made the cover of Fangoria number 42. Not a bad company back then. That's Christopher Lee. And you can see this little known writer somewhere up here, Stephen King. So I guess that's not too bad a company. In any case, I'll get to the knife in just a minute. Actually, I guess I could just leave these out. And stand all this stuff up. Put all this stuff down here. Oh, earlier I said, I think I said in the interview about why my name isn't on the writing credits, or even some people who did some minor suggestions and stuff like Jan, was because Tom Q asked to have all the credit. Like I said, he wasn't a credit hog, so I didn't mind, and it really did give him a job with Carol Burnett. So, and the William Morris Agency, which is really impressive. So even from B-rated films, sometimes good careers grow. And sometimes they don't. I mean, you know. There's other people. There's an actor that's panning us all the time, and his career went absolutely nowhere, so I don't think this helped him at all. Although it was a great experience, and I hope every actor and actress that was in the film appreciated the fact that they'd done a film. They'd done a theatrical motion picture. And it was Herculean sometimes for me to overcome all the different things that they throw up against you from the beginning, when you're even just starting out, trying to raise money, to having to deal with all the personalities of the actors and crew and everything else, and make everything come out all right. To post-production, and then the toughest thing, trying to crack the independent theater ceiling, which you have to get through to sell it to any of the major companies. So like I said, it was distributed, I believe, by 20th Century Fox overseas, and by Prism, the European company, here in the United States. I notice I'm saying a lot as a transition. I'll try to stop that. Anyway, it was dubbed into Spanish and Yugoslavian, besides English. All right, I'm finally getting to the knife. This is a Marine K-bar, and you can see it's getting old and rusty, and the cross handle has been bent because I taught somebody how to throw it. I used to be very good with knives, well, all kinds of weapons. Just something, that's another personal thing about me, I guess. I used to be into martial arts, and mainly into all kinds of weapons, anything from a penknife to an axe, and any kind of gun you could think of. But anyway, when I was in the service, I had this with me. I slept with this at more than a few nights, for obvious reasons, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe you could show it to the folks a little better, up so you can see the blade.
Like that.
Something more theatrical.
Oh, like that?
That's better. That works.
That's actually the
When they
way
show
I
it-
would use it, but in the movies it would be more like this. To steal something from Psycho. But this is a knife from the movie. There are 3 knives in the movie, different kinds, actually 4 technically. I had 2 copies of Satan's Blade. It was a knife my father got probably 25 years before before I did the movie. And then 25 years later, I went back to the same knife maker in Juarez and had him make me a duplicate. 5 years after that, we decided to do the movie, and I decided to use a knife. It was a snake biting its tail, or brass knuckles, and that's what the handle was, and it's a Bowie knife. And I could throw it pretty well. I can throw this one pretty well too. But so there was 2 knives of the 4, but you only see kind of like 3 knives. Satan's Blade knife I just talked about. There's a knife cutting off the buttons of one of the bank tellers. The story with that is she was really nervous and didn't want anybody else to cut it off but me. So instead of one of the actor's hands being the one cutting off the knife, it was really I put my hand in the glove and I did it. So that made it so she felt better about it because they bring it right across the throat and over her, and take off the strap or over her shoulder and so on. And I guess she trusted me. She didn't have any problem with that one. The end scene in the movie, that's me in the last 30 seconds of the movie. You see the knife get thrown into the tree in one continual shot, and besides we don't have CGI in those days. The CGI we have, by the way, was done by ILM, the Electric Light and Magic.
Industrial Light and Magic.
Industrial Light and Magic, thanks for correcting me. The Lucas company. It cost me $3,000 to have that knife glow. It was rotoscoping, and that's about what you had in those days, so I had to pay for that twice. And I had to throw the knife into the tree, and I did the throwing of the knife. But in the last scene, you see the knife get thrown into the tree, and the camera starts pulling back, and 100 or 50 or so feet out there in the pristine snow, because you don't see any footprints, you see the young fisherman coming up from the lake. That's me. So I had to throw the knife, run backwards about 10 feet, run down a corridor of snow, and get out beyond where I knew the camera was going to be, because I'd already looked at it back and forth. I directed myself, obviously, and turn around and stop and start walking casually. And that's how fast I got to move through the snow, and that's how well I got to throw the knife. Got it in the first take. But I always thought that was kind of cool. I planned that so I could get all the way around and you wouldn't realize it was the person that threw the knife. I was like Hitchcock. Hitchcock always puts himself in a movie somewhere, even if it's just a picture in a newspaper, in every one of them. Certainly not equating myself to Hitchcock. But I thought it was a cool tradition, and I did that. And I put myself in the movie I have in the can. Okay, finally get to it, and so I can end this interview here, or this rambling recollections. This is the Troll knife, the Dream Troll. Maybe you recognize it now. And he even turns it in his hand. At one point he's like this, and turns it around and comes after them. So it's pretty deliberate, you can see that. So that's the Dream Troll knife. So that's the 3 knives. /4, pardon the slash pun there, that is that are in Satan's Blade. I'd like to say thank you to everybody along the way for 30 years. It's helped me get started, get it done, get it in post-production, get through it, get it sold. It's been in about 20 countries. And even afterwards, I appreciate the good comments, and I don't exactly appreciate bad comments, but hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion. And I'm going to try not to pan anybody the way they pan us. Because at the time, I think everybody was trying to make this a good film. And it took a little trepidation at times and struggle. And I think we thank most people. The second cameraman, his name was Richard. I especially appreciated his work on the film, as he helped out in a lot of things. Maybe if I'm doing more, get in touch with him, see if he's still working. But everybody really, I think, pulled together. And if we didn't, then I pulled them together, but it seemed to work. And even now, people are doing things on my new movie that shows that when you get into a film family, and that's what it turns out to be, you have your squabbles, you have your favorites, but in the end, celluloid is thicker than blood. No. In the end, we really do appreciate the people doing stuff. So, with that, I can close the curtain on this. And can't keep my hands off the knife. And I think, I guess I could. Don't want to be so threatening. And I guess I will say, I guess that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the little comments and the inner perspectives and the raving ramblings of my of my recollections there.
Thank you, Scott, for sharing those remembrances and little anecdotes. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.